Chipper dives, makes the play, recovers, throws. Freeman digs it out. That ball is walloped. That ball is deep.
There's a new home run champion of all time, and it's Henry Aaron.
Left side, Swanson to first. The Braves are world champions.
What is up, guys? Dirty Boot Sports, and we are back with another episode of Chops and Chains. This one's going to be just a MLB trade deadline special, I guess. Don't really want to focus on the Braves on this episode. We weren't the big spenders or anything like that this trade deadline. So, but we wanted to get on here and talk some baseball. Yeah, we aren't. I guess in the past 2 years, we were bigger involved with bigger names and stuff, like bringing in Soler and Jock Peterson and Iglesias last year, stuff like that. But yeah, there's quite some big moves made, especially in our division with the Mets. And yeah, we're here to talk about it. I know last year you and Kyle did this. I think y'all did a preview show instead of a post deadline thing. It was when I was at the concert.
I can't remember which one we did. I think it was preview.
Yeah,
I think it was preview.
Let's
start with the Mets. Let's start with the Mets.
That's definitely where we're going to start. The Mets, about a week ago. About a week ago, I don't really know where anyone would have expected them to be. I don't think they thought it was going to be this hard of selling, especially considering Scherzer and Verlander. I think everyone did think Tommy Pham would go, Mark Canha, maybe David Robinson, maybe a couple relievers like that. But it felt like at least one of Scherzer and Verlander were going to be there. Now they're both gone. I believe $90 million got sent as well, along with, in the trades with Scherzer, Verlander, and Robertson.
Yeah.
So they pretty much paid $90 million to trade two Hall of Fame pitchers and buy prospects.
Who were the biggest signings of the offseason. Yeah. Which everybody, ESPN, MLB Network, everybody, Twitter, loved.
Highest payroll in MLB history.
Yeah. Couldn't even make the whole season. And
I listened back to our preview show on here of the NL East preview. And we said you won't get 20 starts out of both Scherzer and Verlander. And Scherzer made 19 for them, and Verlander made, I believe, 16. Which they would have – they're not hurt.
If they'd been healthy.
Yeah. If they're not hurt, and there's 2 more months. So if they would have stayed there the rest of the year, they would have got that. But they didn't at this point. And
we were right.
Yeah, we were right. We were right. We did say that we think that the Phillies had the better team and everything, but we also did say Trey Turner was going to wreck the division. He sucks. So we were right. We were wrong.
We ain't complaining about that.
No. But the Mets, they did trade Max Scherzer, I believe, 3 days ago for Ronald Acuna's brother. That sucks to have that.
Luis Angel.
Yeah.
Luis Angel Acuna.
That sucks, but oh well, they're the Mets still. They'll find a way to screw him up. Maybe he forces his way out, something.
I don't know if they can screw him up. I think he's too far along.
Yeah, maybe.
I think he's already developed, at this point, that they basically drafted an MLB-ready guy for next year. Borderline,
his ETA is next year. I'm trying to think how much money they sent with him. Maybe $25 million or something like that. Pretty much made it.
Scherzer's contract was 40-something million, and I know the Rangers are paying 15.
Okay, so maybe about 30 or 40 million, because I think he had 15 left this year. But Scherzer also did opt into next year. That was part of some of the reasoning why the Rangers did get him. They didn't want him as a 1-year rental.
Nor should they.
Yeah, that was a straight up trade. Scherzer and a ton of money for Acuna, who I think is number 45 on MLB's prospects list. Then today, you finally saw Justin Verlander go after lots of rumors. You didn't know there was a lot of teams involved. I believe Epler, the Mets GM today, did say that there was 4 or 5 teams that he talked to throughout the day, and then it came down to 2 finalists. He didn't say who the other finalist was. More than likely, the Dodgers. Or it could have been the Orioles as well. The Orioles had quite a bit of rumors.
Orioles were pretty heavily involved.
If the Orioles
wanted
him,
they could have got him. Yeah.
But did Verlander? Would he have done his no trade clause for there? That might have been an issue.
That would have been interesting.
Yeah, why would he not? Given like the state of the Orioles right now, from a straight up baseball standpoint, but it is Baltimore. Yeah. He does have Kate Upton as a wife. She probably doesn't love Baltimore. It doesn't really fit her brand. But yeah, he's an Astro again, and with that they sent a lot of money again, like 45 or 50 million, I believe.
50. It was 50.
53 or something like that. And with that, essentially buying a prospect, you got Drew Gilbert and Ryan Clifford, who are the number 1 and number 4 prospects in the Astros organization. And as Bill said, he was like, those guys were never going to play anyway.
No.
You have Kyle Tucker. You have Jordan, who plays a little bit outfield every now and then. I believe Michael Brantley's about to come back.
Michael Brantley.
You got is Marisnik? Is he still out there?
You got Chas McCormick.
McCormick. That's what I mean.
Who I heard today is probably going to win Player of the Month for the AL.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
and then you got Myers
there was no clear
field.
It's like what I told you with Acuna leaving. This sounds so weird saying his name. Acuna leaving the Rangers to go to the Mets. He had no clear path to go from AAA, AA, whatever to the bigs because of Corey Seager and Marcus Semien. So if I'm kind of shocked the Mets didn't get more out of that, because that would have been my number 1 bargaining chip with him, would be like, guys, y'all don't even need him.
Yeah.
You know? Like, I'm doing y'all a favor, so you give me some more. But they're the Mets and they're incompetent, so.
But yeah, you have Chas McCormick, you have Jake Myers, both are 28 and 27. And then you have Kyle Tucker, who's 26, Jordan, who's 26, Corey Julks, who's 27. So that's all outfielders under 30 that, we're just going to cause problems. And I think one more, either the number 2 or number 3 prospect is also an outfielder in the Astros organization. So they kept one still. And they're the Astros. They'll find some international guy that'll come through.
They'll be fine.
Yeah. They're not
the
in trouble.
The Astros are kind of like in our situation where we're not really playing the prospect game right now because we're in win right this second mode, you know.
And the prospects we have are a lot of pitchers. I believe most of the Astros, like 5 through 10 prospects, are pitchers, and they didn't part with any of them.
I'm curious to know what their farm system ranked, because they're never really highly regarded for having a great farm system, you know.
Yeah, I know Gilbert was number
like 60,
and he was their number 1. So that Clifford guy would not be top.
He was in the top 100.
Yeah.
So
but probably not too far off. I knew whenever I saw Drew Gilbert, I knew the name. I remember him from Tennessee. I think he was on that team that went like 50-3 or whatever that year. Yeah, I mean it was it's a big trade. Verlander, as we talked about last episode, Sunday night on the movie bracket episode, we talked a little bit about the deadline, and we talked with Bill about Verlander. I think is 39, about to turn 40, or just turned 39, something like that. I think wasn't it him that we said that about? Yeah. We said he can go another 3 or 4 years. It feels like
absolutely.
He just had Tommy John a year and a half ago.
Just won a Cy Young.
Just won a Cy Young. Like he's still good. He's got more in the tank. It feels like than Scherzer.
His prime has been like 15 years.
Yeah. So
he's never left his prime.
Yeah, I thought he only had the rest of this year and one more on his deal, but apparently he has 2 more years on the deal. So
that vesting option.
Yeah, so this does make. I mean, and it seems like that was a place that the Astros. I mean, he's comfortable in Houston. Maybe he never really wanted to leave, but money happens, and it is interesting though to look. If you are the Astros, you pretty much didn't pay Justin Verlander, say 30 million less, for 4 months, and then you have to trade up your number 1 and number 4 prospects to get him back. So I mean that kind of hurts if you're an Astros fan. Thinking like this guy was on our team 4 months ago, and we just got him
could have
back,
dished out
but
some money.
we had to pay. Yeah.
But he feels like he's where he belongs now.
Yeah. I'd be shocked if he moves again.
Dude, he never looked right in that Mets uniform.
No.
And I don't think we ever even faced him but once. But even seeing pictures of him and clips on Twitter, like, it didn't look normal. So
yeah,
I'm glad he's out of the division, of course. Wish he wouldn't have gone there. I'm glad he didn't go to the Dodgers. But
very true. If he was a Dodger, it'd be a bigger problem, I feel. But hey, we meet him in the World Series. We meet him in the World Series.
It is what it is. Yeah. I'd rather deal with him there than the NLCS. So
yeah. I want to get to the World Series. I did see something interesting. Bob Nightingale said that he's back. He's back in the hat that he'll wear on his Hall of Fame plaque.
False.
What do you think?
He won't wear a hat. It'll be blank.
Because with the Tigers, he had an MVP and a Cy Young, I believe.
Exactly. He had the ultra
and he had,
rare.
What, two World Series appearances?
Yeah, I think they won one, didn't they?
They lost in 12 to the Giants.
That was a dozen question the other day. I can't remember what it was.
It was 2012 to the Giants, and then back in 2006.
I'm looking it up.
Who won in 2006? 2007 was the Red Sox. 2006, it would have been an NL team beating them. I'm pretty sure it's 2006 because he won Rookie of the Year that year.
2012, 2006.
Okay. Who won it all in 6?
Hold on.
I can't think of an NL team that would have won it.
St. Louis.
Yeah. Cardinals.
You can just guess them or the Giants, and you're more than likely going to be right.
Yeah. Because okay, that makes sense.
And then they lost to the Giants in 2012.
Oh yeah, because that's 10, 12, and 14 were the Giants.
Yeah.
But Verlander had a great year. I mean, great career in Detroit. So did he go from Detroit to Houston?
He got traded at the deadline in 2017.
The Mets were only his 13.
Yeah, he got traded at the deadline 2017. The Astros going to win that year.
Feels like he had one more. Year. Feels like he had one more stop somewhere. Maybe not though. It feels like he should have just been in a random spot.
Yeah, but you know how it is. Well, he took that year off. That year off, and that's what it was probably. Good for him, you know.
Yeah.
He's been really loyal, but I don't know how he puts the Astros name or logo on his hat. I think he has to go without one. Which,
for sure.
I know this is really off topic, but Scott Rowland put a Cardinals logo on his hat the other day for the Hall of Fame, which, of course, when I hear Scott Rowland, I immediately think the Reds because that was the last team he played with. I think Reds. But like looking at his stats and stuff, he was really good in Philadelphia, like really good. Then went to the Cardinals, was really good there. He made some comment though.
I was starting to think Troy Gloss because he was the angel that was on the championship
Troy Gloss,
team.
Yeah, he finished with the Braves actually.
Yeah.
That was just weird. He made a comment though about how the Cardinals is when he really felt like he was a really good baseball player or something like that. He felt like he was on top of the game at that point, which was
probably when he got paid.
Probably that's generally when generally you put the people on the hat that you have the most success with, or the
Yeah.
longest years. So I don't know. I thought that was weird though.
Yeah. So all right, let's move on from the Mets. Or I guess we could mention the rest of the moves real quick.
Did
David
Tommy Pham get
Robertson
traded?
to the Diamondbacks for a
Really?
17-year-old shortstop.
Huh.
Yeah.
They just traded for a shortstop.
17-year-old shortstop.
That doesn't even make sense.
17 years old. Frank the Tank
Doesn't
said
even make sense.
Frank the Tank said we traded Pham, who's better than Darren Ruff, for a guy that's never played minor league baseball.
Okay,
David
he's
Robertson
got a
got
point.
traded. Who did he get
In
traded
division.
for? Yeah, to the Marlins.
Floro?
I don't think it was. No. Infielder, another one. Shortstop, second baseman, Marco Vargas and Ronald Hernandez. People have talked about Vargas being good. I'm not sure about the catcher Hernandez, but
I'll believe when I see it. They already have their
Robertson blew a lead today against the Phillies.
Good.
Sandy pitched to Jim, and then it was 1-0. Robertson gave up 3 in the ninth.
Good.
Who else did they trade? Mark Canha to the Brewers for a relief pitcher, Justin Jarvis.
I saw him pitch while we were in Nashville the other day. He sucked.
I think that's it for the Mets. They made a trade with the Dodgers to get pitchers because I guess the Dodgers had too many and the Mets needed guys to just throw innings.
The White Sox did the same thing.
The White Sox.
Yeah, they got a pitcher for like cash considerations
from the Rays. Yeah, Patino. That guy, I remember him coming up as an actual good prospect too. But yeah, let's move on.
Bigford's good too.
Yeah. Let's move on though to
the Phillies.
Yeah, we can stay in division. Go with the Phillies, who made the trade for Michael Lorenzen.
Thank God.
Yeah. He was kind of rumored to go to any needy team with a starting pitcher. I did not want Lorenzen. I don't think he's anything special. It seems like, with the Phillies, he might be they're number 3, number 4. I know that's Suarez. So Wheeler,
that's
Nola.
The thing.
Yeah, Wheeler, Nola, Suarez. Then Lorenzen, I guess, because Taijuan Walker sucks.
I was supposed to say, what about your man you just paid $60 million in the offseason?
Yeah. I think he's already been terrible. But yeah, Lorenzen was probably the biggest starting pitcher that wasn't a Met get traded today. I know Jack Flaherty got traded. Jack Flaherty did get traded to the Orioles.
Eduardo got traded.
No, yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, did you see the official reasoning why?
No. His family was on the East Coast.
He wanted to stay close to his family on the East Coast, and then I saw another report saying which was Florida. Come to Atlanta. It's a perfect spot.
Dude, I had heard, though, that they wanted an arm and a leg for him, though.
Probably.
And deservingly so. And I'd also heard he was going to be extremely loyal to them because they were really patient. He had some home life issues last year or something, or the year before. And people were saying that the Tigers were really good to him. He felt like a big sense of gratitude for them for that.
Yeah, I like Eduardo.
Good for him.
He's a guy that actually has that postseason experience back with the 2018 Red Sox. He's different than like a Lorenzen or a Flaherty, where if you're a contender like the Dodgers and you traded for him, you could give him the ball in game 2 or game 3 of a playoff game and feel comfortable.
We dodged a bullet.
Definitely did. So shout out to Eduardo. I believe, I might be wrong, someone posted a flag, and I think it was a Venezuelan flag, so maybe Ronnie talked to him.
Yeah, he's Venezuelan.
He is, so that's good, helping out his fellow Venezuelan with the Braves.
Yep.
Let's move on. Let's see. Maybe we'll talk about the Angels, maybe? All right, we discussed a little bit.
Finish up the division with the Marlins. They had a flurry at the end, it sounded like.
Yeah. The Marlins traded Garrett Cooper, who had kind of been sucking for them, but he always rakes against us.
He always hits homers against us.
They traded him to San Diego for Ryan Weathers, who long relief guy, lefty. And at the same time, they also traded for Josh Bell from the Guardians, who the Guardians didn't need him anymore because they just got the prospect from the Rays when they traded Savale, whatever his name is.
Mm-hmm.
That guy's supposed to pretty much force his way into the field maybe next year. If not then the next. And with Josh Bell and Naylor, like, you didn't really have room for three first basemen.
Did they get rid of Gene Segura for him?
Yeah. They sent Segura, and then Segura got cut.
He'll be back, I guess.
But the other piece in that was Khalil Watson, who was, I believe they said, 2021 first-round pick.
He's a big name.
So, yeah. So that's someone – I mean, if you're the Guardians, you feel really good about that. You trade a pitcher with Savale. I really have no idea how to say the guy's name.
It's Savale.
Savale. You trade him, who I think has been kind of overachieving. You get probably your future first baseman of your franchise, and then you flip the guy that was playing first base or DH. I'm not really sure how him and Naylor were splitting, for a guy that might be your middle infielder of the future. So the quote on
MLB Network was Savale was his head was over his skis. Okay. So he was really overachieving, like kind of getting into uncharted waters for him, basically, and that he's going to come to a halt pretty quickly. I've always liked Josh Bell. I've always liked him. I've always feared him. So I'm not super thrilled that he's back in the division. I was glad he was gone.
They got rid of Cooper and Segura, who always hit against us. So
they did. So that's the only good part of that. But I like Josh Bell.
The Cubs have 20 tonight.
Yeah, I saw that. Like Bellinger hit one off the scoreboard. Dansby's had a couple.
Yeah. Wow.
But so did Orlando Garcia.
The third night. I mean, the fourth time in 3 years that the Guardians have been hit.
Dang.
It's got to be painful. Jack Flaherty, though, goes to the Orioles.
The only realistic option I thought we had at pitcher.
Yeah. I wanted Flaherty mostly because of the partnership with Max Fried from high school. Yeah. I thought that had been really cool, and maybe keep Flaherty long term and give Fried a little bit more motivation to stay. Didn't happen. With the Orioles, though, everybody knew the Orioles had every bit of prospects that they could give. They could have probably called anybody and said, "We really want this guy. We'll give you any of our top five," and they'd have said, "Yeah." I know you have like Jackson Holliday, who's probably off limits. You've got the Westberg guy, who I think just got called up recently.
I think Holliday was just about the only. You can't have this guy.
Yeah, probably.
Because I know I saw people were talking about Westberg a lot.
Yeah, and they kept him, who they almost have too many good prospects.
They do. They're going to have to get rid of somebody next year.
Yeah, Gunnar Henderson went like 4 for 5 with like 6 RBIs tonight or something.
Yeah. And Holliday's probably going to be ready middle of the year next year.
Oh, yeah.
At this rate he's going.
Yeah, he's like killing it.
19 raking in Double-A.
Yeah. And then they got Calstead in the outfield, and then they still have Mullins.
And you got Cal's
open spots. Yeah, him too.
Cal's like a top 15 prospect in baseball.
But with the Orioles, everyone knew they needed starting pitching. They could have paid whatever they wanted for anybody. They probably could have got Verlander. They probably could have got Eduardo if they wanted them. If anyone could have got Dylan Cease, it would have been them. They went and got Jack Flaherty, who I think is a good move. And with that, they didn't even trade a top 15 prospect. They got rid of.
Are you sure
16.
about that? He was their 16.
Number 16 and number 18.
Well, listen to this. They're so loaded that the 15th dude is number 9 on the Cardinals' top prospects list now.
It's crazy.
Number 9.
Well, Acuna went from like 4th in the Rangers to the 1st, I believe, for the Mets.
I think they had a couple of guys age out recently with Vientos and Alvarez.
Yeah.
It don't matter. They ain't gonna develop nobody.
Also, someone named Zach Showalter got thrown in. I don't know if it's Buck's like nephew or something.
Probably.
With the Orioles, it might have been. But I don't think he's any type of prospect. But yeah, good move from the Orioles.
Good for them.
They legit might win the AL. It's impressive.
I hope they do.
Let's see. Yeah,
I don't fear them.
and if we lose to them, oh well. Like I'll clap my hands for the Orioles.
Yeah, I'd rather lose to them than the Astros at this point.
Yeah, definitely.
Or the freaking Rangers, which I just do not believe in.
They're
whatsoever.
they're gonna lose in the wild card.
People just think that they're playing great right now, but they ain't played October baseball yet.
No,
none of them have besides Corey Seager.
Simeon probably played it.
Unless you count a couple years ago in Toronto, maybe they did. But he was in Oakland before that.
I mean, they were good 3 years ago. Oakland made the playoffs in COVID year.
They won that division that year. That might have been it.
Let's see.
But anyway, the majority of their lineup, they never played big time baseball.
Oh yeah,
so
yeah. I'm telling you, an AL East team is going to knock them out in the wild card.
Mm-hmm.
Might be the Blue Jays, might be the Yankees, might be the Rays. I mean, whoever it is, it might be the Orioles, might be the Red Sox. Like any of them could make it. So
Simi made the playoffs 2-3 times.
Oakland and Toronto, probably.
Oakland, all three actually.
Oh wow.
Yep.
Let's see. Speaking of Toronto, we talked about Jordan Hicks. I don't think they made any other moves.
Paul DeJong.
Paul DeJong, because Bo Bichette bout tore up his knee last night, but he's good. They did get him. I like that move. Pretty sure they just gave up a reliever or something. Nothing crazy.
Yeah, they addressed that need quickly.
Yeah, the Padres. People thought maybe Hader's
no
gone,
man's
maybe
land.
Snell's gone, maybe Juan Soto's gone. They said, "Screw y'all, we're trading for about 5 people today." They went and got.
But none of them are going to help.
I mean, they're not. Honestly, it reminds me of the 2021 Braves.
That was different. Every guy that we traded for, we needed. They just traded for G-Man Choi.
Rich Hill's a left-handed pitcher. You can always use one of them.
They just traded for G-Man Choi.
Well, Cronenworth has sucked. He'll probably play first base or DH and hit. He'll probably be
What about Garrett Cooper?
And I think that was just if you want to get rid of him, we'll take him.
Garrett Cooper's better than G-Man Choi, though.
Nah, Choi's been all right this year.
He's batting 200.
Nah,
with 6 home runs.
Him and Sung Young Kim.
They still got Matt Carpenter, Nelson Cruz.
Carpenter sucks.
They got so many names now, man. They are the all-time best. It feels like it just going after names.
Well, then their last move, which was I think the last move of the entire deadline, was probably the best. Scott Barlow from the Royals, he's their closer. Really good pitcher.
They got him?
They got him at 5:34. It was really late. About like Iglesias last year.
A lot of people were shocked they were getting rid of him.
Yeah, he's good, and that's going to help. I mean, another guy you throw in that pen with Hader and so many others. They have depth. They've lost games some weird ways. I believe I saw last night they're 0-10 in extras and 6-18 in one-run games or something this year. So they're going
to be bad in October baseball.
They're due some positive regression. I mean, I saw people saying last night after they lost another extra inning game, think about that 2021 Braves team. We lost so many just weird games the first couple months of that season. And everyone knew we had the talent, and then it finally clicked, and boom. I would not be shocked if the Padres sneak into the wild card spot and kind of maybe take a Phillies route. Everyone knew the Phillies had the talent. No one really wanted to play them, and the Padres might end up in the NLCS again. I would not be shocked by that. They have Tatis, they have Soto, they have so many other guys,
Bogarts,
like Machado,
Machado,
like
Hassan
we
Kim.
just yeah. Like they're good.
Yu
Darvish
Darvish.
still there.
Yet again, they got all the names.
Yeah.
They
It's
just
only a
ain't
matter of
doing
time.
nothing right now.
It's only a matter of time.
So then how about this? Who are they gonna catch? They gonna catch the Diamondbacks? Or are they gonna catch the Phillies, Marlins? Who?
Right now, the wild
Two
card
ain't coming out of the
is
Central, huh?
right now the wild card is Giants and Phillies, and
Oh,
then
forget about the Giants.
Giants, Phillies, Brewers, Diamondbacks, Marlins are all within one game of each other. In that order. Then it's Cubs 4 games back, Padres 5.5 back, Mets 6.5 back. Mets might make the playoffs.
It just makes no sense that they punted the way they did.
Yeah, but they are 50 and 55.
Yeah, and they're 20 something back of us, and then for them to say that we're not going to compete until 2026.
Heck of a quote.
Well, like who has the balls to say that to somebody? First off,
some people were thinking that Mets management said that to Scherzer to get him to say yes to the clause.
that would make sense.
And I mean, no one will
to
really
force
know
his way out.
Yeah, no one will really know until next year. But yeah, we'll see. They're supposedly not going to spend next year on big names, so maybe they don't go for Ohtani. Thank you.
But
Ohtani's
just stay with the Angels. Watch, he's just going to stay with the Angels.
I think he will.
And hey, perfectly fine with me.
Yeah, just don't go to the Dodgers. You can go to the Giants. I don't care. Don't go to the Dodgers. Yeah, the NL wild card's going to be tough. The Padres are going to be in the mix. I just really think they will be. And like you said, Diamondbacks, Giants, they're going to get to play them plenty of times between now and then. So that'll kind of sort itself out. Same with the Phillies and the Marlins. And then the Brewers are still there. They always find a way to be there. Reds. I mean, that whole Central, one of them teams probably will get in between the Reds, Brewers, Cubs, just whoever wins the most, I guess. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. And then the AL wild card is just as crazy, honestly. Let's move on to some more moves. Not really too much big.
I'm trying to think.
See. Jake Berger went to the Marlins from the White Sox for
really
the number 4 prospect in the Marlins organization, Jake Eder, who I saw someone say he just had Tommy John, but could be a left-handed strider. That's kind of what he projects out to be. So, shout out to the White Sox for grabbing that.
I didn't see that.
Yeah. Phillies traded Bailey Falter for a Rodolfo Castro, which is just a utility man infielder. Bailey Falter,
never heard of him.
Was legit last year, 3.8 ERA. Luis Urias to the Red Sox, solid depth piece. Red Sox didn't sell anything; they actually added him. Who else? Yankees did nothing. They got a reliever from the White Sox.
Yeah, Carabas said that's the move right there for them. That's gonna make the waves. You know,
Brewers
he said that's the winner.
Brewers got Andrew Chafin. Let's see. I think that's just about it. Chase Peterson to the Diamondbacks.
There wasn't a whole lot of like upper echelon moves.
Yeah,
but there were a bunch of
the Cubs got Jamier Candelario from the Nationals.
Yeah,
he's going to play first base.
There was a bunch of those like that next tier though of like these guys are good. You know, they're not great, but they're really good. You know,
the Diamondbacks got Paul Sewald from the Mariners, their closer.
I wanted him.
Yeah, he's good. Mariners also got rid of AJ Pollock to the Giants, and Mark Mathias, who
I think
utility man.
I think the Diamondbacks gave a lot of money, but not a lot of money, a lot of prospects, like a big time prospect for Sewald.
I think it was two like backup infielders. Yeah,
That's right. I saw that.
Josh Rojas is an infielder. Dominique
And
Canzone is
Ken Zone, he's a rookie,
yeah.
outfielder, first baseman, and then
And then
like a
also
pitching
Ryan
guy.
Bliss it's another
Yeah,
infielder. The Mariners were wanting infielders, and they had
yeah,
too much pitching. So,
yeah. Because
uh,
I want us to go after Logan Gilbert as well, but
yeah, that
that's
wasn't
something with
happening.
the Braves. We don't have the firepower with the prospects right now. We used all that up on Olson and Murphy, which is perfectly fine. I'm not complaining one bit,
Yeah.
but going in, like, I don't get the Braves fans on Twitter that thought, okay, we're about to go after Dylan Cease. People legit thought we were going to go after Dylan Cease. I knew that was absolutely unrealistic because of how good he is, first off.
I could have
And
seen us. There was one name that I'm trying to think who it was. Blake Snell. When people thought
Blake
they were
Snell,
trading,
he would
people
have
were
been
talking
realistic.
people were talking about getting rid of Elder.
And I could see that.
Yeah.
But that's also for an older guy that's at the back end of a contract, I bet, opposed to a guy that has like probably five more years of control.
He's essentially a rental.
Yeah. And we're not going to give up somebody we have all that control over who's had a really good year and it seems to have figured out the couple struggles he had. The past two starts have been really good for him. So you're kind of thinking that he's figured this out again, hopefully. And you're not going to do it. Anthropoulos is not going to do it. And I'm glad he ain't going to do that because he values the development we've given these guys, and it's allowed us to make these big moves for like Olson and Murphy. And we might be going after Juan Soto.
That's not happening. I think that was more of a deadline thing.
I would love it, dude.
I think it was if the Padres were selling, we could have gotten him for a rental price because I don't think we're paying him that money.
I don't think we are either. I mean, I hate that guy
we
probably more
got
than anybody.
We got the money.
We do, but you can't bring him in and pay him more than Acuna.
Ronnie. Yeah.
You can't do it.
Yeah.
It's okay to pay Olson and Riley more because Olson's playing first base, Howard hitting spot. He's hitting 100 bombs, it feels like. Riley, he's your cornerstone. Riley's the face. That makes sense. Acuna can understand that. You can't go get an outfielder and overpay him. You can't go get an outfielder and pay more for him than Acuna. That'd be a slap in his face. I'm eager to see if we do something with his contract soon. To try and make him a Brave for life. And I think we're gonna
extend Ozzy as well.
I think they want
Ozzy's on more of a bargain than Ronnie.
Oh, his is ridiculous, but you see why he did it.
Yeah.
He's been hurt so much,
Yeah.
And I know Ronnie hates every other team in baseball, I'm pretty sure. Because we're the only team that offered him money.
Yeah.
We're the only team that wanted to sign him. So hopefully he'll remember that because if we locked him and Ozzy up for life, like, dude, you have to control me. I'd be out of my mind.
Wherever Ozzy's at, Ronnie's going to be. That's what's going to happen.
I just hope they're both with the Braves for a long time. I want to see 13 in the rafters.
Yeah, we will.
I want 13 in the rafters.
And 1 and 27 and 28 and 23.
Hey, Austin Riley has turned it around, son.
And 23 and
speaking of turn around yet again.
Andrew White retired, don't they?
It's getting retired soon. He's 25.
He's 25. Okay.
Yeah, because Tyler freaking Flowers had been wearing it. Then last year, Alex Dickerson wore it, and I about flipped my what. I was so pissed. But I think they're retiring Andrews in September.
Oh, Candelario was in the lineup tonight. I didn't know that. He went 4 for 5.
He got traded a couple of days ago.
It was yesterday.
That was yesterday?
He went 4 for 5 with 2 runs scored.
Good for him. Good for the Cubs.
They have a solid lineup.
They're not bad at all. Like
catcher Tucker Barnhart, first baseman Candelario. Second is Nico Horner. Shortstop
Horner, yeah.
Dansby. Third base Nick Madrigal. Left field is Ian Happ. Center field
Mm-hmm.
Cody Bellinger. Right field Mike Tauchman.
What about Seiya?
I think he's hurt. That's why Mike Tauchman's playing. You remember him from the Yankees?
You remember him rob a home run a couple of days ago in center?
Yeah,
Against the Cardinals.
Batting leadoff and playing right for the Cubs. And he went 2 for 3 with 2 walks, 4 RBIs, and 1 home run tonight.
Good for them. Good for David Ross, too.
Batting .270. Who else do they have? Patrick Wisdom off the bench. Christopher Morel off the bench.
Go to their pitching and figure out what their problem is.
I mean, they got Steele. They got Stroman. They don't have a bullpen.
Look at their other starters.
Drew Smiley.
Bingo.
He's got a 4.5. He's solid. Jamison Talian's worse, 5.46.
I dare them to throw Drew Smiley against us in the wild card series or whatever the first NLDS.
Yeah.
Watch Ozzie right hand swing that sucker into the freaking Hank Aaron terrace.
How about the Braves playing their first lefty tonight since June 20th?
I was wondering how long it had been.
June 20th, 31 games.
I knew it felt like a long time.
31 games.
And what happened in the first inning tonight? Did Ozzie get a double?
Ronnie got walked and he got picked off. Got caught in a rundown. Ozzie got a single maybe. Ozzie got on base. Austin hit a ball to center, and it should have been caught. Dude, kind of misplayed it and dropped it. Ozzie got from first to third. Riley got to second. Olsen sack flied.
Gotcha. Okay.
Anything with the Braves you want to talk about before we get off of this?
We're about to get Freed back this week. Probably Friday is what I've heard.
Yeah, Anthopoulos came on the broadcast. I don't think you were listening yet. You were at football still. But, yeah, he sounded very positive about Freed and Wright, and as well Dylan Lee threw a bullpen today. Or no, Dylan Lee threw the live batters today.
Yeah, he had live BP today.
Yeah. It looks like Freed is going to go Friday in Wrigley. That'd be great. Good to have him back.
Yes.
He's still under the weather a little bit, but it's just common cold type
It'll be okay.
stuff. He said it's what everyone's going through right now.
Our bullpen will be well rested. Will be well rested.
We'll be off Thursday.
Speaking of bullpen, AJ Minter's looked good past 2 days.
Yeah, Minter's back. Minter's pumping some heat. Uncle Charlie yesterday threw 97 once.
Really?
I saw 97 come out of him. I didn't know what happened.
He's been a little shaky. But
he's all right. It's hot. Balls flying.
We need to get to the postseason. That's all it is. That's what he's here for.
I'll trust him. Still, I will.
That's the thing, Clay. We're not gonna have. You don't carry 5 starters in the playoffs. You don't do it, especially in a round of 5. So,
I think Kyle Wright's going to be your bullpen guy.
I'm thinking he's going to have to be due to him coming back so late, which is fine. He's got good enough stuff to be a bullpen guy. Yeah, and it gives us another weapon. So, do you rock with Freed, Strider, Morton, and then Elder's the 4th?
Yes. You get Charlie in there.
Yeah, Charlie's definitely the 3.
Yeah. I think you let Charlie go, and then because that'll be first road game, the 3, and then either you're up 2-1, you're up 3-0, or whatever. Hopefully you're not down 2-1 and go into Elder. If so, that's when you have the bullpen ready.
Yeah.
But yeah, and yesterday Charlie's shaky start was 6 innings, 3 earned runs, 3 walks, 6 hits, 8 Ks.
Like 90-something pitches.
Yeah, he was fine. Yeah.
It just feels like he's been having to work hard.
It was homers. That's what it was. Back to like last year. And the weather's getting hot, balls flying in Atlanta. So
always does.
Yeah, the Renifo homer leadoff barely got over the wall.
It hit the
And
top of the wall, didn't it?
yeah, it bounced over. And then Gruchik's wasn't too much. I mean, it wasn't really a no-doubter either. The Wallach homer was weird, but that was just a weird random game by a backup catcher who's like a double from the cycle or something.
And they said he sucks. They said
Yeah,
he is not a good hitter.
no, it happens. As far as the lineup, I mean, Ronnie's I think he only hit 4 homers in July, which you did miss a week for All Star, 5 days, 6 days.
Yeah,
Only 4
he's
homers there.
streaky with that though.
Yeah, only 4 homers. So I don't. He's not going to get 40.
No,
He's not.
he's not. But hey, he can have 30 and 70.
Has 30-60 been done?
I think 30-50's been done.
Not 30-60 though.
I'm not sure about 30-60.
Ozzy.
If it's been done, it's ain't been done in a long time.
Ozzy looking fine. Got the bat righty
He's
today.
cooled off.
Yeah, he's cooled off, but I don't think you'll see him move from there. He's not having bad at bats where it's just like he needs to be moved. It's just ball's not dropping essentially. Austin playing great, getting hit every day. It feels like Matt Olson's killing it. He's batting 260 now, which is great for the kind of guy he is. I mean, if he bats anything over 240, you're happy, given the power that he's going to give you. Leading the MLB in RBIs now, I think.
There's never been a 30-60.
Okay, well, that's what we're going for.
There has been 2 30-50s, Eric Davis and Barry Bonds.
Well, he's already done 50, so that's nothing.
The most stolen bases with 30 home runs is 52. So
he's already done 52, right? Or has he done 50?
Yeah. He's 51, I think, or 50. It don't matter.
Olsen,
he's going to get 30-60.
Yes.
Which is awesome.
Olsen, MLB RBI leader, 90, 5 ahead of the next one, which is Adolis Garcia. Then Ohtani's at 81. So only 3 guys above 80, and Olsen's at 90 already. And then second in homers at 36 behind Ohtani. Only 3 guys at 30. Pete Alonso actually has 30.
Should have had one tonight.
He missed like 3 weeks.
Yeah,
but
that's something
you got to be happy with Olsen.
Yeah, people just don't. He ain't getting talked about a lot,
Well, actually, on the broadcast tonight, they said NL MVP. How does it not right now go Ronnie, Freddie, Olsen?
It's going to,
and that's just
it's insane. Absolutely going to.
That's insane.
And
who else on this team might get MVP votes?
Riley might, Clay.
Ozzy?
If Ozzy gets to 30 homers, it can happen, especially if he keeps on
Isn't he second
getting the RBIs. He's something. And he's got the same number of home runs as Ronnie.
74 RBIs, 24 homers. So, and also got 24 homers as well and 64 RBIs.
Don't forget about your catcher, Sean Murphy.
Sean Murphy, who's kind of cooled down.
He has, but
only 58 RBIs, 17 homers.
Well, there's never anybody to drive in because everybody else does it before he bats.
Yeah, that's true.
Olsen drives everybody in right before Murphy can even hit.
We're about to set a franchise record next time Travie hits a homer too.
Really?
You see that?
For most home runs in a season?
Guys with 10 home runs. Mike hit his 10th tonight to be the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Would be the 9th. We're about to have our 10th. And
that's insane.
Kevin Pillar's at 6, so if he gets some more at bats and hits 4 more, it's possible.
We face some more lefties.
Yeah, it's possible. And I think Pillar's going to get some more reps down the stretch just to kind of keep everybody fresh. I think we do. I think we need to start doing that. Kind of getting some rotation out there.
Once September comes around, we will. We gotta build this lead some more. We can't take our foot off the gas.
Murphy, he's fine. Still catching well. We're up 11
Yeah,
on the Phillies.
Yeah, and you're seeing us starting to give him a little bit more of a break every now and then because it's to the point where it's hot and we need him in October.
You know, the Phillies are only 2.5 back of the Dodgers, the second best record.
And we're up 11 on them.
2.5 back of the Dodgers. Yeah, we're up 8.5 on the Dodgers for the best record then now. While on the other side, the Orioles have the best record in the AL, and there are 4 teams within 8.5. So they have a lot tougher of a fight over there. And
Road to the World Series. No, the World Series should go through Atlanta.
It absolutely does. Bottom of the lineup, though, there was concerns. Arcia got another homer tonight. He's been looking better. Still playing solid defense.
He's the one. He's the one I want to get some breaks. I want him to start taking a day off every now and then.
Yeah. Rosario, he is who he is. I'm still going to trust in him. I will, regardless.
Yeah. Wait till that weather gets a little bit cooler. He'll be ready. Yeah. Ozuna won't play come playoffs.
Wait till we play a West Coast team, and then Eddie will pop up.
Yeah.
We have a lot of Giants and Dodgers games coming up. So, Ozuna, you don't think he'll play in the playoffs?
I think he'll go Travis.
I don't. Snit don't like that.
He likes it enough whenever if Ozuna ain't rolling, we're going to. I can go ahead and tell you that.
I think you will see Ozuna start at least one game in the playoffs. Like maybe the opening one. And then maybe if we get down a game or something like that, you go to Travis.
It's just you in the type of lineup we have where it's so much free swinging and so much aggressiveness, you need a guy like Travis that will sit there and he'll calm it down.
Yeah.
He'll put together.
I've said so much this year and in the past years. There's no one I want in a clutch situation on the team more than Travis.
Yeah, he except for last night, his at bat sucked yesterday. That was horrible.
It did.
Worst at bat ever seen him have, I think. But
I still trusted him though. It felt like he was about to come through. It felt like he was.
That's why it shocked me.
And the same thing with Eddie. I feel like Eddie's going to come through every time in those situations.
Yeah,
he doesn't as much as Travis, but it still feels like it.
People just need to realize that you don't have to throw a strike to Eddie Rosario. He'll probably strike himself out.
Maybe. Same with Ozzy.
Yeah.
They don't like to walk. Neither does Murphy. Murphy don't walk as well. Don't walk.
Murphy swings at the first pitch of every at bat.
Yeah. Mike though at our 9-hole.
You wouldn't expect that out of a catcher.
Yeah, Mike at our 9-hole. He's great. He looks like Money Mike. He really does.
Yeah.
I think his batting average is over 270 now. 277. He might bat 300 by the end of the year.
He's going to come close.
Speaking of 300, RC is at 295.
Yeah,
feels like he's slumping, and he's still there. It's crazy.
And Acuna's batting like 335.
331. Yeah, we're deep. We're deep.
We're pretty good.
Another
guy you might see get a little bit more reps is Forrest Wall.
You think he's actually going to play?
I know he's going to make the playoff roster
for speed.
And if he's fast, he has to be a good defender, in my opinion.
So you think he might be a defensive replacement?
Yes, I can see us. Eddie gets on late, and we put him in to run for him.
Yeah,
and that way we can save
pretty
Kevin's
much what
back.
Sam Hilliard did.
Yeah, and that way we can save Pilar's back just in case you need it.
Yeah,
him be Guillermo.
Yeah.
You know,
as far as pitching goes, we almost have too much of it now after the Brad Hand trade. But we didn't really talk about, but I liked that a lot. I liked that.
We needed that to get through the season.
Yeah.
Because we've got some guys that have some taxed arms, man, and we needed that to finish out this year.
It'll be interesting to see how guys like Elder and Strider handled it throughout the rest of the year, given how many innings they've already pitched. And they've never really done this.
We're going to see Elder skip a start pretty soon, I think.
Well, we get an off day Thursday, and we had a lot of off days last week, so let's lock this division up before September. How about that? Let's lock it up.
What's our magic number?
I don't know. I don't know. But let's just lock that up, and then September, just throw some guys out there. Let's get some Soroka starts. Let's bring up Dodd again. I haven't seen him in a while. Schuster, bring in all the guys.
We got to call up everybody that might make the playoff roster by September.
Yeah.
We might as well do it.
It's a fun time for baseball. It looks like we have an off day 3 Thursdays this month.
We're having too many off days.
We're off the 3rd, the 17th, and the 24th.
We've had a lot more off days. It feels like the second half than the first half already.
Yeah. That is really weird. I guess our travel days or something.
I'll tell you something weird. I was listening to MLB Network yesterday or the day before. The Reds and Brewers are done playing each other.
Oh, wow.
And they're battling 1 and 2. They're exactly in the
aren't we done with the
situation from last year. We might be almost done with the Marlins.
I'm looking. We play the Marlins September 15th through 17th.
That's probably got to be it with them.
The Nationals, we play them the 21st. Oh, wait, we don't have October games?
Oh,
wow. I thought we usually play into the first 3 days of October. We don't this year?
Yes, we do. We ain't played the Phillies in a minute.
We play the Nationals the 21st through 24th, and then the 29th and 30th. The Phillies, though, we get the Phillies
7 out of 10
September.
with them.
Yeah.
7 out of 10 games with them. The other 3 of the Marlins. That's going to be an important stretch, probably.
Yeah. We get 2 Pirates series. 4 and 3 games. That's fun. 4 games in Pittsburgh. That's weird. Next week.
September's going to be
we're about to go on a road trip. We're about to go on a road trip. 3 games in Chicago. 4 games in Pittsburgh. 4 games in New York.
That is a heck of a trip. And then you fly home. That's stupid.
Then you fly home.
After freaking Sunday night baseball.
Yeah, and play Monday night.
To come home and play the dead-gum Yankees.
And then we have 3 series at home. Then we take a West Coast road trip for Giants, Rockies, Dodgers. Wow. A lot of traveling.
Listen to this. Starting Friday, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 games in 13 days.
Sounds about right. And that's with an off day.
That's not with an off day.
Oh, no, you said starting Friday. Starting Friday. Yeah, because we have an off day Thursday.
14 games in 13 days.
That's crazy.
That's we got to pad a lead then, man.
All right. Well, I think that's it for this. This is fun to do. Had to get on here and talk some baseball. We'll probably talk a little bit about it tomorrow on the regular pod.
Jordy
Collado tomorrow. Yeah. And then our final NFC preview. Yeah, that'll be it. We'll be on to that. And Dirty 5 tight ends, not Travis Kelce.
That is true.
That'll be an interesting list for sure. I don't know if there's a fifth. I don't know if there's a 4th tight end.
I can't think of none.
I can think about 3 that aren't Travis that I'll put in the list, but after that it's weird. Yeah, that's it.
Pace 'em.
Chop on, baby.
Yes, sir.